also for their generation.
First of all, I think it's very unfair that I was picked first. Why they always do this to me in every this thing. Whew, okay. There was something that Dami said that I always tell writers and creators is that I don't think personally you respect what it is that you do. Because I feel like if you project respect, respect would also, follow you. And I always say this thing that, like, I tell writers, like, if you work with me as a writer, I'll ask you, like, I message you, like, hey, big head, have you eaten? Are you okay? Because I realize that I can't do anything without you. So the reason why I say this is that storytellers and writers, first of all, need to acknowledge that they are important. And I feel like they don't. So that's actually the foundation before any structure is ever, built. And I feel like storytellers, creatives, we don't recognize that what we do is actually a job. I think people just feel like you need to wear a suit and you need to go into a 9 to 5 before you have structure in your life. But what you do is actually a job. And with any job, I always say look at it like any job that you've ever applied for or whatever it is that you do, is that you set certain standard operating procedures for that company, and there are certain rules and regulations that you need to follow. Yes, you've not registered your company to be LT, whatever, blah, 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 but me as a person, I am a company. So what do I do first? I can only use myself as an example, because I imagine that everybody else has different things that they do to create structure in their life. Is, first of all, let me recognize that what the story I'm telling is intellectual property. But then you also need to define what intellectual property is, because an idea is not intellectual property. You cannot say because that person did a kidnapping story and you guys gisted about it, it is your story. No, there are like 10,000, 20, maybe even 20 million kidnapping stories in itself. So you need to first do all the basis of what do you call it? So intellectual property in itself is the script. You're an entertainment lawyer, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. The script in itself is the intellectual property. People bypass this thing a lot. Copyright Commission, don't take it for granted. Trademarking, don't take it for granted. Register your work and then go for whatever meetings, even the meetings that you do structure. And I respect people that are always in my DMs, like trying to get me a meeting and blah, blah, blah. But I imagine that in their lives, they've structured or they've put something aside and said, I'm going to actively be a salesperson for my business. So that in itself is structure. You're looking at it like that's what I'm doing to survive, but that in itself is structure in itself. I would say lawyer up. That's the next thing that I feel like you should do, because you're going to do that for the business. When you're opening your CAC document and all that business, you get a lawyer. Lawyer up. Another thing I would say that you need to probably get going in your life is your pension and your HMO. That's still structure. Like all these things, believe me, when you know that you have to put money in your pension account and you have to pay for your HMO, whatever, you are going to structure your life and make sure that you can feed into all of that. Honestly, I can go on and on about this. It can honestly be a masterclass in itself. But what I would say to any storyteller is that look at yourself as a business and look at how, forget Netflix and the lot. Look at how First Bank started. Look at how all these proper businesses started, and look at how they structured themselves to be what it is. But the very first thing is that you need to respect yourself and understand that what you're doing is the very foundation of why the film industry and content industry exists. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So quick tips that we have taken from what she said. You need to respect yourself. Believe that you're in the industry for a reason, right? Respect yourself. Lawyer up. Of course, you need to lawyer up. Lawyer up, and then, get your pensions, your HMOs, and all of that, trying to put structure into what you're doing so that you can appear to stakeholders and, other partners as someone who is really building something, right? Quite important. So my next question will be to Francisca. Is she on the panel? Fantastic. Okay. Let's move to you, Francisca. You're a brand manager and you really understand the concept of branding and distribution for films. Please tell us, why is it important for storytellers to build a brand for themselves and for their films, and how does this impact legacy?
So first thing is that a brand is an identity. It's a mark on yourself. As a storyteller, you're basically trying to leave footprints. You're basically trying to leave a mark in the hearts and minds of your audience. If you do not have a brand, just as when Dami was saying, you just have to say create a management, create a team, stuff like that. You just have to have that in mind for you to be able to have that credibility in the eyes of your audience, for you to be able to make an impact. You cannot just start and decide that you just be anyway. You have to be able to put things in place for people to recognize you as being serious. A brand would enable you, be seen as serious. Would enable you be seen as having an identity. Without a brand or without building that brand, you're not able to speak as you wish to speak to your audience. So you just have to have that. You have to build it to create an identity, to leave a mark, and eventually leave a legacy. A legacy is a long impact. It's something that, people still talk about. For example, Apple. Apple has built a lifelong legacy. If Apple falls today, people would still talk about it in the next 10, 15 years because they already built that legacy. You will not use Apple if they've not built something called a brand. So a brand is something you build from the scratch, quite all right, through leaving, little footprints on social media talking about, or would I say building a story. You're a storyteller. Building a brand involves telling a story about yourself. You have to consistently tell a story about yourself for people to pinpoint and say, yes, Dami is a storyteller. Yes, Francisca is a brand manager. So a brand is that identity you build for yourself. If you do not have it, then I'm sorry, people will not take you seriously. People would not remember you in the next 5, 10 years. That is what Miss Jokia Silva has built for herself, the likes of Richard Mofe-Damijo. And with a brand, you're able to evolve as the time change. As the years come, you're able to, work with trends. You're able to meet and collaborate with new people that are coming into the industry. You're able to say, oh, I have to change the way I write. I have to write to fit into this, this discussion that's currently happening. With that brand or with that distinct brand that you have, you're able to conquer the world. That's all I have to say.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So branding is really about perception, and you have to start small. You didn't need to have everything before you start, right? So gradually, intentionally build your brand so that you can have a long-lasting legacy. Right, so let's go to the next conversation. Let's go over to Linda. Yes, awesome. You have a digital marketing background, and we know that it's important to leverage tech to bring our stories to diverse cultural audiences, right? The rest of the world is longing for our stories. Our stories are authentic. The rest of the world is longing for our stories. Our stories are authentic, they are original. But how can we bring these stories to diverse cultural audiences? Everybody is talking about
stories as well. There was an episode of Central Park that I watched where it was an AI that wrote doesn't have the imagination to come together and think. Because if you want to use ChatGPT, for example, you have to write, oh, okay, I want to write a story about a girl that is living in Ibadan. She has a parent, or maybe her when you think about everybody now is going to Amazon, I want to work with Amazon, I want to work with Netflix. Right now, that market has been it's overpopulated. Look for the ones that people are yet to enter into. There's Hulu, there's HBO Max, that's not even in Nigeria. There's Apple TV, there's iFlix. Hell, there's even YouTube, because people now even put their stories on YouTube, do like a full production. Sell to a YouTuber that a YouTube production company, for example, so that's like a way you can, what's it called, reap your with tech. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. I mean, you have to spend money on yourself to
for everything we've been talking about here. The word legacy has been flying around a lot. Legacy. And I think my only response to that will be community. And I see community as a bucket, right? So there is the problem side, there is the solution side. The problem here is we're thinking, how am I sustainable as an artist? How can I be financially viable? And the issue is a lot of people that need something do not know where they need it from. They don't know who can connect them, which is why platforms like this, like the Emerge Story Africa and the Africa No Filter platform, which is the organization I work for, are constantly working to connect storytellers, because when you are together, you're able to source for solutions together. The other side, because I said, there's problem and then there is solution. It's the African legacy. We are so consumed, rightly so, with individual legacy. What is my legacy? How do I make my own legacy? But the truth is, like Ms. Joke Silva was saying here, you are chroniclers. Storytellers are chroniclers. They are literally the curators and the carriers of the legacy. So if you're working from a community point of view, if I do my movie and you do your script and you do your writing, what is the African legacy that is being built top level? And how are we understanding that we do need a sustainable African brand that does not, you talked about stereotypes, that is not making people think, oh, Africans are poor, Africans always have disease, Africans always have that. But like, how are we intentional about being part of a community that is ensuring that the African brand, the African legacy is what we want it to be? One of my favorite quotes, and I'll wrap up with this, from Dorcas Shefi Bello, one writer in our community, is that the stories we tell reflect the societies we want. So that goes back to the intentionality. What society do you want to see, and how does it inform the stories that you tell? I hope that was yeah.
Thank you so much. What stories do you tell, and how are those stories influencing the society? Okay. Wow. We have such a short time. Please, can we just take one more question? So it's time for question and answer.
Okay. I'm so sorry. We got carried away with Mommy Joke Silva. We could listen to her over and over again, and we're eating into time. We're going to do this simultaneously. We're supposed to have the next gen student asking, the panelists 1 or 2 questions. So please, we're going to restrict it to maximum of 2 questions so they can wrap up with this, and then we move to the next item. Do we have anybody from the students and Court Hill College? Just signify with a raise of hand, and the microphone will get to you. Please, let's do that as quickly as possible. Just 1 or 2 questions. We're talking about legacy, how we can connect, and you've heard quite a lot that the panelists said this afternoon, how you can, leverage on technology to ensure that your writing skills do not. Okay, please come forward. Just her. It can go to any of the panelists, so we can wrap up from there. Thank you very much for your understanding. Please give them a round of applause as they come. Tell us your name, school, and then go straight to it.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayonfe Oluwa Oguntokun, and I am from the Court Hill College. My question is, what are some of the challenges you faced climbing the ladder of success, and how did you overcome it?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kemerchukwu Egbarin, and I am from the Court Hill College. My question is, what inspires you? When did you realize it inspires you? And how did you realize it inspired you?
So we have 2 minutes for, just do the magic in the next 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, please. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Such intelligent questions. What are the challenges you face? Today is International Women's Day. And we know that we are here in Nigeria, in Africa. And we know what the world faces with women in general, and equity and equality and all of that. And you know how much tougher it is as an African in this space as well. So that is, I think I wouldn't overflog what that issue is. But that is a big issue, especially because in my line of work as a producer and as a filmmaker, when you go out looking for funds, the biggest challenge for you is usually, why should I give you money? And it is statistically proven that people fund people they see themselves in, which kind of translates to mean that because men have always been in power and men have always had all the funds, they tend to fund men as well. So that is, I think, one of the biggest challenges, because I'm sure you know that funding is a big challenge in the creative space because of, like what Mimi said earlier, because a lot of us started this and kept it as a hobby.
Yeah. I remember watching that film, and I felt, I can't explain the emotions I felt afterwards. All I kept thinking was a bunch of people got into a room and made me feel this way. The Women's Day event the other day, somebody was saying something about because you're curvy, the people give you attention. I'm like, when did we get that? My problem is I always enter a room and I don't think I'm a woman. I just think I'm a boss. That's my biggest problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, can we appreciate our panelists for doing justice in that very short time? Please, let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. And the conversation does not stop here. We'll still have more time. Don't worry, just take that. Have you done that? Photographer. Okay. And then, of course, we have the red carpet outside for a proper shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving quickly. Like I said, we have to wrap up within the speculated time. And moving very quickly, I hope the technical guys are ready to cue in the next set of citation. We'll be taking the awards. Please, if the video is ready. We spoke about how some women seem not to get their flowers. Growing up, we know quite a lot of people doing amazing things even till now, and they're not given as much respect or as much accolades that are due to them. And so today, we'll be listening to some of the strides of these women, and then the convener has been so gracious to acknowledge them and of course encourage more budding writers to do more in the industry. So please take a listen. Can the lights go dim? After which I will invite Michelle Bello to do us the honors of presenting these awards. Thank you.
a round of. Hello. Guys, Mike. They're playing one more. They're playing one more. Where is their words?
Male as a minority.
Sorry, can someone walk with me with the sound, guys? Hello. We have three of you here. You guys just leave the door. Excuse me. I need the microphone for them to say.
A graduate of history from the prestigious University of London, is a renowned scriptwriter and content creator with many years of experience in the literal art space. She started her writing career first as a hobby whilst on campus writing poems, drama pieces, and later got an opportunity as a freelance writer creating short stories for NTA children's program Tales by Moonlight, where her passion for writing began to blossom. She later veered into Nollywood, and to her credit, she has written a couple screenplays for movies such as Obsession and Shame, both produced and directed by late Chico Ejiri, and Silence, produced by Lal
Story. Come on! Come on! If you enjoyed Super Story, come on, guys. You can do much more than that. It's such a great honor to have you, ma'am. Oh, wow. Keep the applause going on. Oh, but can you guys give me the titles of the Super Story series that you remember? Aha! Amazing. Okay, let's take this picture together. Okay, you want somebody to come in? Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I want my team to come and join me here. Evelyn, where is Yemi? Is he there? Yemi, come, please. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to, first of all, say thank you. What she said to me was, she said, you have been under the radar. She said you've been under the radar, meaning that I don't make appearances much, which is very true, because I hardly have time, to come out. And I think that's because, I asked her, let me see what your outfit is about and all that. When I said, okay, I want to honor this lady because I see the achievements, I've seen the work that she's doing, and I appreciate you. And I just want to encourage you that you're on the right path. Thank God for you. Thank you so much for the award. I want to thank God, first of all, for giving me the gift. I like to talk, I'm sorry. I think when I was in primary school, my elder siblings, my two older sisters, they were always calling them out to do one performance or the other. And I would always be at the background watching. And when they said, oh, there's another, my son is Barry Sinclair, actually there's another Barry Sinclair, come, I want to be a part of it, but I would always want to watch. I knew from a little girl that this is what I wanted to do. It is a calling, it's a pleasure, it's everything is my life. I thank God, I thank my husband, who has been my supporter. He has been my rock. He's always, he believes in me more than, what I think of myself. I want to also thank Wale Adenuga, Mr. Wale Adenuga, who I have worked with for over 2 decades now. We still have a working relationship, and I thank God for that. And I wouldn't go without mentioning those that work with me, my team of writers, Yemi Adeyemi, Evelyn Ole, and the other one is Ebele. What's Enebeli. She's not here today, she's in the States. Thank you so much for this award. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Congratulations again, ma'am. Please, round of applause. Round of applause.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for Michelle Bello as well. Amazing. She runs an academy for filmmakers, and it's been an amazing time being in the Blue Light Academy that she runs. I think if you want to be in a community of filmmakers who are doing business of film God's way, please see Michelle Bello before she leaves and enroll in the academy. We are supposed to go to She Writes, but I want to surprise somebody. I want to surprise somebody quickly before we go to She Writes. She did not know that I was going to do this, but then she came and I'm like, hey, the camera loves you. She knows herself now. I'm sure you've heard the news, and I'm sure that many of you are aware of this amazing woman who's doing so much. And she hates the limelight. She also likes to hide. And I think, I'm going to say this again because I feel it's dawning on me that I should keep spotlighting people who are doing great things in hidden corners. Although she's not so hidden, she can't hide it. But would you welcome with me today to receive our flowers? And she was saying, "Will you give me flowers?" Oh yes, to receive our flowers. The new co-founder, Anako Films. Come on, somebody welcome with me, Mimi Battles. Come on, you are going to receive those flowers. Amazing storyteller. She's doing so much to support women. She's doing so much to support the industry. And we're so proud of you. We're so proud of what you are doing. Proud of the strides, bold strides, if I might say, that you are taking. And we love you. We see you. We appreciate you. We mean it when we say we love you. We mean it, don't we? We love Mimi Battles. She is, I call her queeness of them all, right? You are doing amazing. With a round standing ovation, people. Wait, do you want with a round of applause, can we welcome again Mimi Battles? Take your flowers.
I appreciate you for all standing up even if you didn't want to. Thank you. Funny enough, I was sitting there and thinking, what do I get this girl for putting all of this together? And I didn't know she was now going to do me one. And I think that's our relationship. We're always trying to, I don't think we do it purposely, but we're always trying to up each other. Like, what do I do for you? What do you do for me? And the reason why I wanted to say something, although I really genuinely hate this, but I need to appreciate Olawade. And I know you hate standing, but this woman is highlighting writers, especially storytelling. She's not only doing this in Nigeria, by the way, she's doing it internationally. She's fighting for you guys. So please, I know you standing and you're not eating, but I genuinely appreciate you stand and give this woman in this red, amazing dress her flowers. I will find flowers to send, but this one, please. Thank you so much for honoring me and every other woman. I've recorded everything because for you to take time, sorry, you can sit down, that's right. For you to take time to honor all these women who don't, and the things that we say that we don't like being honored, but it's just because we're not. So we just get used to it and we just stay behind the scenes. But what you highlighting all these things, it really made me start thinking, what else can I do? What am I going to help you do next year? How are we going to do it together? So thank you everybody for coming and appreciating everybody on this screen, and I'm done. Thank you.
Please, let's give her a round of applause. Flesh and blood did not reveal it to her that we are hungry. Amen. You deserve all of the flowers, and Lolade has been doing a good job trying to spotlight writers.
I think we're just quickly going to take Mommy Bamiloye's video to us. She couldn't make it, but she sent a video to say thank you. Please, Tech, let's go. Sound.
I'm Evangelist Gloria. I am grateful. I'm sorry for not being physically available due to some assignments on ground, but my heart is with you, and I pray, may the Lord continually empower you. May you go from strength to strength. May you go from glory to glory. In the mighty name of Jesus. God bless you all. Amen.
and you're part of that amazing 30. Please come out. There's something amazing what you can do.
Clap for the sound guys. If you're here in the power of 30, you know some of you can make it, please come forward. As I've been invited for a handshake and some sort of word from the seat of power. Please join me to this word of Mr. Marketing, the Permanent Secretary of the Legal State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mrs. Simone Twin at Sakaja, and she comes to hold these amazing screenwriters that have been selected out of a plethora of people that submitted entries. Please, a round of applause for her.
How many people are supposed to be here? Only 2 of you. Where is everybody? Okay, that's good. Welcome everybody, and well done for the 30 ladies or girls. Ladies, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. So well done, and congratulations. It's nice to be here, even though I was a bit late, but better late than never. And I'm happy to be here. I'm pleased to be here, and I'm happy to be with the ladies who make the world. It's us. We make the world go round. We are in charge of the world. And well done. Congratulations. Well done. All right then. Take care.
Picture session. Thank you. Please appreciate that.
Please join them. Interesting, and we can't but appreciate the support from the ministry, and we would urge that at least some of our take-back requests is that the government does not relent in what they're doing. We can see how impactful they've been in the creative industry, and we can only hope for better. So please, if you think Lagos State is doing a fantastic job with the creatives, a round of applause for the ministry. Well done.
Okay, so I'm the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, and Mr. Governor is someone that's so passionate about the creative industry, more so now after the Mobad issue. So since last year, he's really been channeling a lot of efforts financially in terms of support for the industry. And this year also, he has undertaken to double what he did last year for the creative industry. And especially for, I know that last year we did more with the music, but for the creative, that's the artist, he really wants to do more for them this year. And to that extent, he's doubled what he wants to do in terms of training, also making the space easier for the creative industry. And I know that for this year, there's already a submission that's going to him in terms of what we're going to do with you guys. And to that extent also, we're looking at having like a training school, maybe partnering with a lot of the established artists amongst you, so that they can help you out, and you're just not left in the lodge like that. So that is what we're planning to do this year. So more of the training school, more of helping you out, being there for you in terms of money, you know, opening the doors for you. And I know that even there was what we did last year, towards the end of last year, with the IT, with the Ministry of Science and Tech, with the creative industry, where Afolayan was there as well, and a lot of your partners were there. So I know that this year is going to be much bigger and better. So welcome to that. I hope a lot of you will take that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ o. Ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. These Gen Zs, you don't know it. Thank you very much, ma'am, and we do appreciate all what the Lagos State government is doing for the creatives. Are we having fun today? I know, but I mean, I just want to let you know that for those of us that were here quite early, how many of you enjoyed Ifunanya? Okay, hope you're taking notes because 3 more will be screened today, so please just get ready, and when it's time, we're going to share the platforms at which we'll be making your votes, and like I said, the eventual winner must emerge before we leave here today. So please, let's warm up for that. And also, we'll be having the She Writes pitch. We have 4 amazing people that will be talking to us, and of course, the jurors will be here to also screen them and pick the eventual winner for today. And I think we're moving closer to the end of the day. Like I promised, we are still within time. So please give us a round of applause. We're trying. So at this point, I'm going to be inviting 2 of our sponsors to just give us a presentation. In the next 5 to 7, we can manage to give them 8 minutes because of time. So please make welcome in a very special way, Natasha Atireni. I hope I got that right. Please pardon me. The lead digital business at Veil Finance. A round of applause for her, please. I like the fact that she knows that she's just coming up. Please keep coming. A round of applause for her, please. It's Women's Day, so we should be giving all the women coming up some flowers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hold on, ma'am. Hello, everybody. I am standing on existing protocol. I don't know most of the people here, but I appreciate all the women seated here in front, and I appreciate every single person in the audience. My name is Natasha Atirene. I'm the digital business lead for Veil Finance Bank. Yes, so we are a bank. I'm not here to sell a product. Yeah, we're part of the sponsors of this program because one of the things that we're looking at is how we can better support the creative industry. While we do not have all our ideas checked yet, but we felt if we begin to partner with you at this level, understand how you need us, what you need us to do. I mean, money moves in every industry, yeah? So everybody here has a bank account. So if you do not have a bank account, let me see your hands up. Okay, good. So everybody has a bank account. Everybody has need for money. Everybody has needs to store money. Everybody has needs to, multiply and double money. Yeah, so I'm not here to sell that. I'm here to just really talk about the bank and the things that we're intending to do this year, which is, partnering with the creative industry. So over the next 2-3 months, we would love to hear from you. What can we do? I know off the top of most people's heads, they are thinking, give us loan. That's just the part. But let me talk about the bank a bit. Now, I remember when I started serving in Lagos State. I was posted to Lagos State to serve. I wanted to serve in Abuja, but by a stroke of grace, I got posted to Lagos State. This was in 2015 into 2016. Yeah, so as usual, everybody had to open a bank account here. And I opened a bank account with a certain bank. Let me not mention the name. So, in fact, 2 banks, but yeah, I opened the bank account. When I left camp, I got a job. I'm a lawyer by background, yeah, so I got a job with a law firm, and they decided to pay me 70,000 naira, which seemed like a lot in 2015 for a copper to be earning. So I had that. I had an auntie who also felt that, oh, you're staying in Lekki, I know you'd need more money. So, she would also send me money every month. So from auntie, I was getting about 20,000 naira every month. That's how much now? 90,000 naira. And then the federal government was giving me 19,500 naira. So this was a young girl who just came from law school, who had just been called to bar, and I was earning well over 115,000 naira at the point. I was staying on Road 15 in Lekki, and my office was on Road 13. So, easy peasy life. Now, because of that, I was able to set out a good portion of my monthly income, and I didn't touch my alawi in November, December. No, I did touch it in November, December, but January till I left, my alawi just sat in the government accounts that had been apportioned to me. So it meant that by the time I was finishing NYSC, I had 10 months worth of 19.5 just sitting, and then I'd saved about 40,000 naira every month. I was like, a big girl. Now, what happened was I finally withdrew some of my money. About 6 years later, I looked into that bank account. The amount that I had left there, as just resting in the bank account, had changed by about 300 naira or less. That was when I realized that I had been deceiving myself just saving in a regular bank. And I was so pained because I thought of all the things I could have done. I mean, anytime people are talking of Bitcoin is this amount or this is this amount, I just keep thinking, how would they waste it? You understand? So that was my experience. Now, I am privileged to work with a digital bank and to work, a lot of digital banks right now that did something that was quite innovative, the first of its kind in the Nigerian landscape, and that was the introduction of daily interest, yeah? So every day you have your money in your bank. So for example, let's say I have 200,000 naira just sitting in my bank, the way it would have sat in a regular bank, and then I'm earning interest daily. I just get interest on that amount daily. And sometimes it might not be a lot, but it all adds up because it's up to 15% interest. And then it all adds up. One of my joys is waking up 12:40 a.m. I'm usually up by that time sometimes. Between 12 and 12:40 a.m., the daily interest alert will drop, and I'll smile. My money is working for me. So it's those little joy, those things in life that just makes me feel like I might not be doing everything, but the fact that I know that my precautionary fund, because it's not all my money that I'll go and throw in one future investment plan or something. There's just be there. I mean, I want to be able to access you if I need you tomorrow. But just knowing that even my precautionary fund is generating some form of income for me, is moving every day is a very, very good thing for me. And then I started banking with the bank before I started working with them actually. And then I started working with them, and I would sit down at tables when ideas are being developed. And what I realized was a lot of us there were young, where we have people ranging from age 21 and then, upwards like that. A lot of us are young, early 30s, and just sitting down there and seeing people actually being very, very customer-centric, thinking, what can we do to people? Us deciding to do something for the creative industry was not something that happened on a whim. We didn't just wake up and say, oh, they are doing a program here, let's come here and come and talk about the program. We do not go out much. We're still very, very, we're not that known in that sense. The people that know us know us. We've chosen to prioritize organic growth over, we get investors fund and then put billboards everywhere and then people are having issues. We've chosen to grow organically, and then when the time is right, we can, make more noise. But it was on one of those tables where we were discussing what we can do for people that we had a lot of our young people talking of, why are we not looking at the creative industry? Why are we not looking at the creative industry? So I'm throwing that to us today, like, we want to look at the creative industry. As a bank, what can we do for you? Yeah? We have different things we offer. Fixed deposit. I mean, we have people here who receive funding for, a movie. Producers who, the fund will just sit in your account for some months. It's just there. Or, you have to pay people every day. Beyond your daily interest and your flex wallet, we have good fixed deposit rates of up to 17%. So I could lock funds for 3 months, and I could even get the interest upfront and then take that interest and use it for, I could even reinvest it and then be any daily interest on the interest I've gotten on the fixed deposit. It's just a very, very good process. It's not, you're not getting things that are crazy because we're not running a Ponzi scheme. We're investing in the right places. We have board of directors, most of them with strong accounting background. We have women on our board. In our management team, we have a 52% rate of female managers to male managers. So, there's that empathy that just runs in the company because there are a lot of female in the company. So that is Vale Bank. I really would love to take questions, but I know my time is up. So I'll be standing outside, and then we have a team of people outside. We also have a beautiful spin the wheel contest that you can run, just something light to have fun, and you can win beautiful prizes. But yeah, I really want to hear from you. If you want to, open an account, make a deposit, or just hear more about what we do, or you want to speak to me about how we can sponsor and help the creative industry, I'll be willing to hear from you. Once again, my name is Atirede Natasha. I'm the digital business lead at Vale Finance. Thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you very much. Well said. Just on a lighter note, you can pass for a Yahoo copper. All of that money you amassed during that time, and most of us were, we made that same mistake. So, talk to a financial expert today and turn your money around instead of it sitting somewhere. Yours was even better. At least you had 300 naira. Some people will be reducing, they'll be taking charges for what you did not do. So please take advantage. She's very much around for your questions and how you can get started. Well, we've heard from the financial experts, the banking sector. It is also good to learn a little about pensions. And to do justice to that in the next 5 minutes, please join me to make welcome the CEO of Pen Up, Oguchi Aguda. I hope I got that right. Please, let's appreciate him as he comes. It's Women's Day, so everybody, you are a she, him for today. Please appreciate him.
Thank you. You were probably expecting a woman. I'm a man, but I've got a wife. And she writes also, actually, as a matter of fact. So I'm in the midst of writers and people who are typically behind the scenes. And we in pensions, we are usually behind the scenes also. You don't see us, but we manage your money for the future. So think 20 years, 30 years time, what would you like to be? Where would you like to be? Maybe you are 60, 65, 70, you can't walk again, you can't act in movies, or you can't shoot. Perhaps you can still act, but you're not earning as much as you used to earn before. What's going to happen to you? All the money you used to earn now, what's going to happen to that? Typically in former days, you say, my son, my daughter will take care of me. But with this Gen Zs and Gen X and all of that happening, they'll tell you, Mommy, I won't take care of me, you take care of yourself. Right? So it's very important for you to plan for your own financial future. When I watch movies, I actually wait till the end of the movie. And many people think it's odd. The reason why I do that is I like to see the number of people that are employed. So apart from the people you see on the screen, we've seen a lot of screenwriters, cameramen, and all these people is jobs. So the industry creates a lot of jobs, and that's very cool. But what happens is that, how are they putting money together for their retirement? There was a case of someone, a popular actor that just died recently. What happens to his next of kin? Death benefits, right? We're even thinking of adding health insurance to your pension. So the lady in Vale Finance spoke very well about precautionary money. Maybe you want to invest for 1, 2 years. But pensions is about long term when you're not working again. So what are you going to do with your pensions, with your retirement planning? We're just saving for the future. So it's very, very important. Many people don't think about it, especially the younger generation, but we will all retire one day. And at the point where you can't really get up to do gigs, to do shows, to do things like that, you need money that has been stacked away for you. And the way pension works, just like what the lady in Vale Finance said, but it's even more compounding. So you invest a particular amount this year, you get the interest, and next year that interest and the money you invested, it continues to work for you, and it can grow astronomically. And of course, pensions is highly regulated, so the investments are safe. So, like they say, you can just put chickeny money away, not much, and you can determine. So what we're pushing to the creative industry and the informal sector is micro pension. So it's not like the formal pension where every month you work and it deducts some money from your account. You can decide, I want to put money on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, weekly basis, daily basis. It's up to you. So you can decide and structure that with you. So I've got a couple of pension companies here, they call them pension fund administrators. Stanbic Pensions, I think they're here. Premium Pensions is here, they're raising up their hands. And I think Crusader Pensions is here also. So they'll be waiting at the back to engage you, to just start on the financial journey. Not, again, just like Veil Finance, I think she took some notes out of my book. It's not just to sell something. We want to partner with the industry, the creative industry as a whole, from start to finish, whether those behind the camera, those at the back of the camera, to see how the industry can work with this industry to ensure that, you know, when you guys retire, you retire in peace, retire in harmony, and we will all die one day. When you do, what happens to your loved one? Nobody has to be running around. The money just goes directly to them. So I'd like to urge you guys to jump on the ship of pensions, start your financial planning, and hopefully you won't regret it. No, not hopefully, I trust you won't regret it. So thank you, and happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oguchi. I mean, when you mentioned die, I know some people say, "We'll not die in Jesus' name." Amen. Me, I want to invest for soft life. Not every time we're investing for, I know we do for children and the rest. So let's also invest for who doesn't want to ball at old age. So let's plan it. And like he mentioned, we hear stories of quite a lot of movie actors after their demise or when they fall ill. They really do not have something to fall back on, start having this GoFundMe and all of that. Sometimes it's quite embarrassing, and it's high time they started looking into the future, taking all of this financial knowledge in good use to ensure that their future is really secure. So we have pension people available. We also have financial experts from the bank ready to give you loan. What do you want? Just mention it, and you're going to get started. So let's give them another round of applause. Thank you very much. While that was on, the representative of Mommy Gloria Bamiloye, one of the awardees today, the very fantastic woman. She just celebrated 60 recently, and she doesn't really look 60. I mean, I don't know the secret to, I mean, Joke Silva, 63 or so, she's still looking amazing. I mean, we need to go for some sort of tech pep talk on how they do that. So please join me to make welcome Folashade Awotubo and Daniel Olajuba, representative from the Mount Zion Ministries for Mommy Bamiloye. Thank you very much for coming. Yes, we spoke well of her before you came, and the award presented. The organizers will be, packaging all of that before you leave. Thank you very much, and do extend our warm wishes and congratulations to her. Thank you. Please be seated. All right, at this point, we're going to go into the next and final round of the movie screening. Yes, we did Ifunaya earlier, and we have about 3 more. So in the next 30 minutes, I want you to gaze on the screen. Technical guys, don't fall my hand this time. Let's start off in good time, and then the videos, the audio, everything on point. Note that the final winner today lies in your hand, because after the final screening, we'll be giving a QR code to vote. And of course, our jurors will be doing justice.
and our relationship was almost perfect. He looked out for me when I was a mess. He was always there to save me when drugs had me in a chokehold. But I guess everyone has a breaking point. Our relationship ended the moment Evelyn told him about the abortion.
But I just Evelyn, there's no excuse for what you've done. You have no excuse. You have ruined my life, Evelyn. What did to me? Chantal, I don't want to ever see you again. Chantal, never!
Nyuma tubarikiwe. Iko. Mimi mbele. Mimi kile nilichoongea mima. Umewafikwa. Usibawe. Nkambe yini na nakendo na ho ngabo. Ojo na tsona kinanya. Utawaza. Ikakawisha. Iko. Ewawi. Manimbe. Ajomya. Kita. Anonudo. Eno. Asam.
But in person, we have Maureen Bengo. I hope I got that right. Please, Maureen, if you're ready. Before then, let me introduce our amazing jurors. Of course,
honorable friends, Mimi Patel, so round of applause for her. Development Executive, Kilo Studios, Sami Dimile. Hope I got that right. Thank you very much. We also have Bumi Ajakaye, a film director. Please let's appreciate her. Last but not the least,
we have Zulumoke Uibo, co-founder In Block Productions. So the 4 pitch that we're listening to today, the eventual winner lies in the hands of our distinguished jurors. So please, do we need the lights to go down? No. All right, so please give it up for Maureen as she positions herself to convince and not to confuse us that she's the right winner today. Thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maureen Beulah, and my story is called So I Talk with Jesus. Now, when you hear that statement, you would typically think of your very endearing and pious grandmother who is very loved and valued by her pastor, or you would think of the pastor himself and how it is literally his job to talk with Jesus. But I'm guessing that the last person you would really think of is that 13-year-old girl who is binging the life out of Netflix, Showmax, and spending her every, breathing moment on Snapchat or with her friends. And it was for that very reason that she was chosen by the Jesus that's portrayed in the story. Because it would be because at the heart, at the core of So I Talk with Jesus is the human desire to be truly seen and absolutely met and accepted and loved exactly as you are. And to have the most bewildering or least expected person, which is God, be that person, is what Tolu didn't know what to do with herself or how to experience. And that's what we enjoy through the comedic process of her journey. I wrote this story, and I believe this story is for me because I have lived it. Not exactly like it is in the script, but very similarly. I'm very much inspired by my own personal experience. And I wrote it because I would love to see people, especially young people, entertain the thought that this could be them and be well entertained at the same time. So thank you so much. I'm very open to questions, and I hope we can connect afterwards. Thank you.
Let's appreciate Maureen Beulah for that. And I'm sure judges are taking note. So we have 3 more, this time video sent in. Kemi Osi.
I will begin my pitch now. Good day, everyone. My name is Shem.
I was about to cry with tears. I thought you may first do exercise. Go. I love the plan. School. As I see you call as I will stop. As I'll pick this girl by cloud. Don't start thinking. Có yếm mà. Wait, is it our boss that is that? One little me. Now why they always do? Now one is. Now they always do this kind of thing. What do we have to do? Wale Demi. What type of thing? Wale Demi. No, this we have to administrative. Go knock. You don't know knock. And you won't do anything.
Hello?
How could you, Rich? How? Just 2 weeks to your wedding.
But I didn't.
They don't want to your seriousness or what? You're freaking dirty too.
Also? What did you?
When will you start being a grown-up?
I'm sorry, sis. I'm still at work right now. Can you call me when I get home?
Oh, I'm so disappointed, Rich. How could you hurt Wale like that? Just make sure you call me back.
Say the first one. No, the one with the extra for money. That love will go the bus. Already no shame on me. I'm actually like I don't go like before the go like but the first time I know what can we campaign?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Is this Falcon here?
Yes, it is.
We regret to inform you that Miss Regina will not be joining you henceforth. Her body was found lifeless at her apartment yesterday night. She committed suicide by drug overdose. We are really, really sorry for your loss.
For your loss, Kate.
Have a nice day.
Please vote to Unaya. Please vote to Unaya. Please vote to Unaya. Please vote to Unaya. Please vote to Unaya.
Thank you.
Who is this? Oh, Evan.
Oh my God. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
How have you been?
I'm doing the live stream.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I took my charger and kept it for so long.
Sorry.
Step aside.
Sorry. Please vote to Unaya. Please vote to Unaya. Go to a night.
I told them
Yeah, who do that second one? Who that first one?
Evans.
Who do one?
One guy we had for flipped.
For flip that guy. I know the guy that
Now you produce
So
them.
switch off the lights for those that are doing it the techie way. And then for those of us that can't do it this way, you can go straight to the Instagram handle at Emerge Story Company. One word, at Emerge Story Company. Click the link on the bio and vote. You're allowed to vote just once. Double voting is automatic disqualification. So please vote, vote, and vote. Of course, the lights will go off so you can scan accordingly and correctly. Once you're done with scanning, the lights will go up. So please remember the order in which the film was screened. While you're doing that, I'll be inviting the jurors. Are they ready? Please, let's have the jurors. A round of applause as they come again. The head, the judge, the chief judge, Michelle Bello, will be handling this session on behalf of the entire jurors. A round of applause for them, please. Hello, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the pitches, the 4 pitches that we had. Ooh, what did you think, guys? You enjoyed them? Okay, awesome, awesome. So we, the jury, have come to our conclusion. So we liked all of them. So a round of applause for everyone who pitched. Give them a round of applause. It's not easy. I was saying to my colleagues that pitching is an art form and it's a skill. Okay, yeah, thank you. So well done to everyone who pitched, well done. So we felt like, so I'll just go through each of them very briefly before we say the winner. So our first film, So I Talked to Jesus, yes, with Maureen. Who's here? Where's Maureen? Hey, well done, well done. Give her a round of applause. Good job, good job, good job. So we like the comedy, the quirkiness of something, you know, very, very different. We need to know more about the story, though, overall, to pass on the message of what it was really about, what the message was, and how it was different, you know, than other stories. But we felt like, you know, it was definitely a good effort. And it was something very different and unique that we haven't seen before. So well done, well done. Give her a round of applause. Awesome. Then we had Ashes to Ashes. That was Kemi. Give her a round of applause. She, yeah, we watched her video. So this was a really in-depth story, well, pitch. That was about the whole story. So it was, you know, we knew a lot about the story from beginning to end. So we need to make sure that in pitches, you keep it short, you keep it sweet, punchy, grab the audience attention, and not spoil the ending as well. You know, but we really enjoyed the story from beginning to end. We felt that it was very relatable. Anyone can relate to that kind of story. And we could just see a lot of drama in it. And we love drama, especially in storytelling. So, you know, it's very relatable. Someone dies, you know, the inheritance. I mean, even here in Nigeria, we can definitely relate. It doesn't matter what tribe you're from, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody can relate to that kind of story. So give her a round of applause. She did really well. And then next, the Rush. Yeah, Rush Hour Rumblings was the third pitch. We felt like we needed a bit more of the story for that one. We liked the setting, the hustle and bustle, you know, of the streets, and, you know, something very different, but it's also, you know, has been seen before in, you know, on other platforms, a kind of story. But we felt that, yeah, to push it and make it a bit more
more unique and a bit more different would have gone a long way, and to tell a bit more of the story and make it punchier. But give her a round of applause, for Kemi did really well. And the last, CC, yes, 72 hours. When I saw 72 hours, I got really excited, and I was just like, what's the 72 hours about? But we didn't feel like there was enough, of the story and the engagement, of the excitement of what this 72 hours was about, and a timeline crunch. We need to know more about the story to really get engaged and to really get taken on a journey of the story. So just a little bit more. We like the concept, but a little bit more engagement, a little bit more conflict would have definitely gone.
So while that is going on, I want to go through some. For some of us that were listening to Mommy Joke Silva, where she took us through, memory lanes, some of the fantastic films from way back. Some of us were not just nodding because we couldn't resonate with those movies. Either maybe, we were not used to it and all of that. She mentioned Mirror in the Sun. How many of you watched it or know it? Mirror in the Sun. Don't be afraid, you're not ancient and modern. Don't worry. Okay, I'm going to call the top 5 either soap operas I have here way back in the 80s or 70s. If you know any of them, I will ask you something. Village Headmaster, have you watched it? Let me see your hand up. Village Headmaster. Things Fall Apart. Tales by Moonlight. New Masquerade. Cockerel at Dawn. Mirror in the Sun, Ripples, Bassi and Company, Telematch. Are you ready? Okay. We are going to come back to that. So let me hand over the microphone to you.
Okay. Yes, we have to wrap up right about now, and it's my pleasure to give the first. This is going to be the first recipient of this award, the Merge Best Short Film Award. And we decided to make it a viewer's choice category, just to make it as fair as possible. And we are grateful for all the applications that came in. I'm glad to say that from the votes that we have here, the winner won by 48. Let me give you I want the exact figure. Out of 177 votes, with 48.6% votes, I'm glad to present Ume Breathe won the Emerge Best Short Film Award. It was you.
I have not even I have no access to the link. I had to ask what is happening, who won, but I'm so glad. Who's taking this award home? We're taking it for, I know the director. I have the pleasure of bringing the director, Faustina Okomani, right? Yes, the director is in the room. Yes, so we have a female writer, a female director. With all joy, I'm presenting this to you. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And this is where we say thank you. It's been a wonderful time having you at this event. We are really, really grateful. Thank you for mommies in the house, the daddies in the house. We are truly, truly grateful. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to Pen Up and Vale Bank. We thank you. Please, Vale Bank wants you to come win something out there when you sign up with them. The same thing with Pen Up. I know we have PFAs, that is pension funds, administrators outside. If you want to sign up for a micro pension and start putting something up for your retirement. Who doesn't want to retire at 40 or 50? You can start putting something together for that. So see them outside to register and to sign up immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our special guests, panelists, speakers, jury, and to all the participants. I want to say a very big thank you to this man standing here as well, Ayobola Eniola. Come here. He is my business partner, my co-visionary, and I'm so grateful that he's been with me on this journey for over 3 years. And every time that we go through the challenging times, no sponsor, no money, but yet you know what the vision is. He would keep telling me, go for it, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. Can you give him a round of applause? I am blessed. By the way, he's also my sibling. So do you mind? Yes. My mother knew how to churn us out. Yes, you did a wonderful job. And here's to my late mom. I love you. Thank you for feeding us with stories growing up. All the tales by moonlight that you taught us and read to us and sang and dramatized to us. It is bringing forth fruit right now, and I love you. Thank you, Mama. I want to say thank you as well to my partner, and that is Erema Luther Begunde of the Get Inspired Network and Kingdom Feast Festival. Come here, Joe. We have to do this very quickly. Thank you so much for encouraging me. When I told her about this in January, she just kept saying, we'll do it, we'll get it done. Thank you. So yes, thank you so much. We will be announcing the winners of the final draft licenses on our social media page within the day or tomorrow, because we're not going to collate across the participants in the room today and our virtual masterclasses. We will let you know our winners, and we'll put them up there with, in collaboration with final drafts, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. So just chill. We're going to announce all the winners. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, panelists. Namesake, how are you? Thank you. Yes, Image Story Company.
Please follow Image Story Company on social media. Send them a DM if you want to be part of the community. Amazing stuff should be happening. So please bring out your phone and Image Story Company on Instagram and all other social media platforms. Thank you for coming. Have a fantastic day. Happy International Women's Day to you all. Bye-bye.